Hello, me again. Got another one for you. Today I'd like to cover the origin story of Spider-Man to give you a bit of an insight as to why I love the character so much. Okay, without further ado, here we go. Peter Parker was orphaned at the age of 6 when his parents were killed in an airplane crash overseas. He went to live with his uncle and aunt, Ben and May Parker, in Forest Hills, New York. Parker was extremely bright and became a high honours student at Midtown High School. Parker's shyness and scholastic interest often made him a social outcast. One evening, Parker attended a public exhibition demonstrating the safe handling of nuclear laboratory waste materials. During the demonstration, a small common house spider happened to be in the path of a particle accelerator's beam and was massively irradiated. The stricken spider fell onto Parker's hand, broke his skin with its fangs, and died. His hand burning from the bite, Parker left the exhibition. Parker made his way home and passed through an unfamiliar section of the city where he was met by a gang of hoodlums. Tossing the gang members aside, Parker was shocked by his own display of strength. As he fled from them, he ran into the path of a speeding car and leapt to safety about 30 feet up onto a nearby wall. To his growing surprise, he discovered that he was able to stick to the wall with his fingertips. As he walked down a guy-wire to the street below, he realised that he now possessed a superb sense of balance. Parker quickly associated these spider-like abilities with the bite from the irradiated spider. Parker went home, where his Aunt May sent him on an errand to deliver clothing to a charity driver located in the nearby National Guard Armory. There, he saw a professional wrestling match, which offered a prize for anyone who could remain in the ring for at least 3 minutes with a professional wrestler. Interested in testing his newfound powers, Parker decided to accept the wrestler's challenge, wearing a mask to conceal his features to avoid embarrassment in case he lost. He easily defeated his opponent. A television producer's talent agent spotted him and promised him a segment on a network variety show. Parker, calling himself the Amazing Spider-Man, accepted the offer and decided to use it as a springboard to a show business career as a spectacular stunt performer. Over the next several evenings, Parker used equipment borrowed from his high school to fabricate a fluid that imitated the spider's silk web, with spinneret devices to project the fluid from his wrists in the form of a web strand. He also silkscreened his own original design for a costume onto a body stocking and a full head mask. Prepared, Peter Parker appeared as Spider-Man on national television and was an immediate media sensation. Just after the conclusion of the television show, a burglar, being pursued by a security guard, ran by Parker, who impetuously allowed him to pass through, although he could have easily stopped him. When reprimanded by the guard, Parker arrogantly replied he was a professional performer and that chasing criminals was the guard's job. Parker promptly forgot the incident. A few days later, Parker returned home to find that his Uncle Ben had been murdered by a burglar. A police officer informed him that the burglar had been trailed to a nearby abandoned warehouse where the police had trapped him. Grief-stricken, Parker rushed to the warehouse to seek vengeance. At the warehouse, Parker, as Spider-Man, easily captured the burglar and realised that he was the same person that he had allowed to run past him earlier that day in the TV studio. He realised that if he had acted responsibly earlier, he might have prevented the death of his uncle. Filled with remorse, he realised that with great power comes great responsibility, and he vowed never to shirk that responsibility again. And breathe. So there you go. That's just an insight into Spider-Man's origin. That sort of script is taken from MarvelDirectory.com. So there you have it. There's a bit of an insight into Spider-Man as a character, not just a web swinger, and a cool character that people of all ages seem to love. There's a bit of backstory into actually who the kid is. Obviously, he is a kid, so he's dealing with adolescence, he's dealing with all sorts that you're dealing with while you're in school. So, yeah, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've had a great day, a better night. See you in the next one. Bye.